tax season again. I don't know how to do my taxes. I guess I'll just have my dad do mine. I wish I knew how, but I've never been taught how. There's nothing worse than not knowing the basic life skills that you should know already, and that should have been taught to you from a young age. School should really be putting in the time to teach kids these skills, especially if they aren't in a place where they can be taught them at home, or they don't have the resources to be taught at home. To kids with a less fortunate family and a less fortunate living situation. Life skills typically include problem solving, critical thinking, money management, communication, time management, all things that would help you later in life to function as a normal adult. Teaching basic skills will lead to improved mental well-being, improved financial literacy, teaching effective decision making, and setting kids up for success. High schoolers need to be graduating with this knowledge to help them be more successful in life. Nearly 51 million adults suffer from mental illnesses. That's about 1 in every 5 adults, which means you probably know many people who have mental illnesses. These skills are not being taught in schools to be able to recognize the mental illnesses. Students who don't understand the basics of mental health have a much harder time recognizing the disorders and won't get the help that they need because they don't know that they have these problems. Which, if they did get the help that they need, it would improve their quality of life immensely. In an article put out by the Education Life Skills, they state youth depression is getting worse every year, and 80% of depressed teens receive little or no treatment. Students don't understand conditions like ADHD, anxiety disorders, and schizophrenia, and their lack of understanding keeps those with mental illnesses from seeking help. Isn't that crazy that we allow our children and family to suffer when we could have been teaching and learning about the mental illnesses from a young age? And we could also be educating others to get the help that they need when we see them struggling. Mental illness is a real thing, and it's a real plague in our world and in our youth. Even though lots of people don't take it seriously, I personally know a ton of people that suffer from it. Learning life skills will allow them to understand what their goals are and what they want out of life, and be able to see those warning signs. 2, improved financial literacy. Many high school graduates come out of high school not knowing how to do their taxes, how to budget, how to manage credit cards, or how to even balance a checkbook. Learning how to manage money from a young age will allow them to navigate the complexities of all things financial. Lydia Underwood, a senior in high school, states in an article in a survey conducted by Program for International Student Assessment in 2015, the U.S. ranked 7th out of 15 countries in financial literacy education, trailing China, Canada, Russia, and Australia. So you're telling me that the U.S. can be one of the wealthiest countries in the world, but can't teach high school students how to do taxes and be financially responsible? It teaches kids how to become more optimistic about their financial future and lead to more stability and confidence when handling money, especially student loans. It also allows them to learn how to better budget out their money so they're not wasting it and spending it all and finding themselves in a financial hole later in life. 3, effective decision making. There are a lot of things in the world fighting against us trying to do good. Positive action programs and comprehensive life skills programs can allow kids to learn critical thinking and make good decisions that won't drag others down. According to Abigail Brenner, a psychiatrist at a private practice, she says, "I find it fascinating and somewhat baffling that by the time young people have reached adulthood, many have not mastered the art of decision making. In fact, many people dread change because this means they have to contemplate something different from what they're used to and maybe even be required to make a change." There are lots of people that struggle to make important decisions and fight change. I personally know people who are stuck in the same place because they don't want to deal with change and they don't know how to deal with it. Why fight change when we could teach our kids from a young age to embrace change and to make critical decisions with confidence? 4, setting up kids for success. You can set kids up for success by teaching them the basics of drug prevention, bullying prevention, talking to counselors, and confiding in adults. A lot of kids nowadays don't trust adults and aren't able to talk to them about things that they should be getting help for. As kids transition into adulthood, many of them have tons of untapped potential that could have been discovered if they'd been taught the basic skills they'll need in the real world. Placing more responsibility as they get older, such as student council, control over their academics, and personal goal setting, the student's voice will allow them to feel more prepared and important when they enter college and beyond. This will also set kids up with a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset, which can be detrimental as they get older and pass on opportunities that could potentially change their lives for the better. I've been taught a lot about growth versus fixed, and growth allows us to grow and make changes and make smart decisions and not blame our problems on everyone else, whereas a fixed mindset is very closed off and you tend to blame others for your problems and you don't like change. Failure is a normal part of life. Kids need to understand that they will fail over and over again, but can be prepared to handle it if they're taught how to. Conclusion: teaching basic life skills in school as kids grow up has numerous benefits. Learning about mental health allows kids to get help and recognize the signs of mental illness. Financial literacy allows kids to feel more positive towards the future and gives them basic skills you'll need to use in the real world. Kids can be more confident and not as scared as most are if they start practicing decision making from a young age. Teaching kids about success and how to set themselves up for it can greatly increase their chances to be successful in life. We need to be fighting for these things to be taught in school. We need to be teaching our kids from a young age how to make decisions, how to balance a checkbook. Why are we not fighting for these in our schools? Why would we not want our kids to be taught these if we don't have the chance to teach them ourselves? All in all, why wouldn't we want our kids to have the best chance they can at succeeding in life?